Good morning, geeks and gamers. Welcome in to the single most important show on this channel.
What?
At this time.
What?
On this day.
What?
With these hosts.
What?
Talking about these topics.
What?
Hope you're all doing well. We got Fear the Beardo in the house. What's up, Beardo?
Nothing much, man. I'm excited. This Assassin's Creed stuff is internet gold, so I'm ready to talk about it.
So is the Rachel Zegler stuff.
True. Very true.
Like, there is so much going on. But before we get way into it, we had an announcement from guess who this morning? Nintendo. Nintendo doing Nintendo things.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap. Here we go. Nintendo has announced that they have a direct tomorrow at 9 a.m. I think it's going to be 9 a.m. Central. So, or is it? No, hang on. So 7 a.m. Pacific time. Yes, 9 Central, 10 Eastern, right? Am I right about that?
10 Eastern. Yep.
Yeah, so 10 Eastern tomorrow morning. This is only days before the announced Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. So Nintendo doing Nintendo things. Right here, the announcement after a lot of the leakers, including Nate the Hate, said this was going to happen. I personally just kind of dismissed all of this until Nate the Hate said it was happening. And he has been proven right way too many times to dismiss him. So live streamed Nintendo Direct for tomorrow. It's going to last for about 30 minutes. It's going to focus on upcoming games for the Nintendo Switch. There will be no updates about the Nintendo Switch 2 during this presentation.
It's so weird.
They're fucking retarded, dude. Nintendo is crazy.
It's so weird. It doesn't make any sense. Why not just save this for April 2nd, or why not just put it out in a tweet?
Nintendo, man, they're a weird company. They're a weird company. And but we're gonna cover it tomorrow over on Geeks and Gamers Play. I know that you're gonna be there. I think Zeltroid's gonna be there. Chris is gonna be there. I'll be there. That'll be tomorrow morning. And of course, we're getting ready for the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, which is happening next week. We're gonna cover over there too. So we'll see how this goes. I am going in with extremely low expectations. Extremely low expectations for this. I do not expect any bangers. I don't expect any big news to come of this. I think this is going to be, if anybody goes into this direct having expectations, I think they're going to walk away very disappointed. But it's interesting nonetheless. So, yeah, freaking Nintendo, man. They build up this Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Everybody's going crazy. There's all this excitement. There's leaks. There's theories. There's all, and they're like, "Hey, by the way, we got another Direct happening." Well, what?
Yeah.
This is
any speculation on upcoming game for the Switch that they're going to launch? And you know what? Real quick before you answer that question, this tells me that the Switch 2 isn't going to come out as soon as we might think. If they're announcing games for the Nintendo Switch, then our hopes of the Switch 2 coming out in like June, I think it's going to be later than that.
I don't know if I agree with that. So because look, right here, this came out. According to Tom Henderson, Switch 2 will have a 3-phase launch. First-party games will be the focus at launch. Third-party games will be prioritized for October, November. Third phase is the overall holiday period. So if this lines up, that means the Switch 2 is going to have to come out by June, like a lot of people are anticipating.
Okay.
Get those for, I'm just saying, this is just a report, so it's not confirmed, obviously, but this is just a report out there. So I have no idea what to think. It's Nintendo. They could literally just make a presentation, go, "Hey guys, our most requested game is Super Mario Galaxy 3, and we heard you. And because of that, we're not making that game because we don't listen to you motherfuckers because we don't care. We're going to do whatever we want, and we're going to bring the Wii U Part 2 out. It was codenamed Switch 2, but this is what Nintendo does. So I'm not sure, man. They are a weird company, and they do weird shit. But this is Veridark just said it in the chat. Nintendo sucks, but we love them. They I wish more companies were so unpredictable as Nintendo. You never know what the hell they're going to do. You don't even know. They may just do a 30-minute direct of like doxing all the people that stream their content and just be like, fuck you, we're going to sue all of you. Who knows? I'm not sure that the executives at Nintendo even know what a smartphone is at this point in time. I really don't. So we're gonna have to see. But that announcement happened, and we will see how it goes. So we'll be live tomorrow. All right, Beardo, let's get to some super chats.
Let's do it. Let's see. Andre CR with a 5,000. Jeremy is still driving with a green screen in the back.
I'm tired as fuck. I've been driving a lot.
Let's see here. Tomac with a $10. I'm guessing that Prime 4 will be taking up most of the direct time.
Well, yeah, I think because Prime 4 is pretty much going to be on, it's going to be on both systems. So, and Nintendo, they're going to be the talk of the town if they get further into the next Metroid Prime.
Do you think that they'll make a Switch 2 version for it, or they're just going to announce Prime 4 for the Switch, and you're just going to be able to play it on the Switch 2?
Oh, there's going to be on the Switch 2 as well, but I don't think they're going to make a specific. Well, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to make a version for the Switch 2 as well. Absolutely. So it's going to be like Breath of the Wild. So Breath of the Wild came out for the Wii U, and it came out for the Switch. So there was a physical copy for the Wii U for Breath of the Wild, and then there was obviously they launched it with the Switch. So yeah, absolutely.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting because I'm wondering if just the regular Switch cartridge for Prime 4, if it just simply performs better. Because if you pop in a PS4 disc on the PlayStation 5, it's still going to perform better and look a little bit better. So if you put in that Prime 4 cartridge, that's a Switch game, but you put it in the Switch 2, if it performs better and slightly looks better, there would be no point for Nintendo to make a Switch 2 dedicated copy of Prime 4.
Yeah.
So
the only thing about Nintendo is that you never know with Nintendo.
Yeah, you never know.
Nintendo might just say, hey, we're going to come out with Metroid Prime 4 for this Switch 1, and if you buy it for the Switch 2, we're going to sue all of you. Even though we're going to release it, because that's what we do.
Yeah. And then in 10 years, you're never going to be able to find a copy, and it'll be $300 to find a copy. Tobias Nexus with a 10. Still no Star Fox news. Fuckers couldn't print money if they remake... fuckers could print money if they remake Star Fox 64, Adventures, or Assault. But no, they haven't made anything since Zero on Wii U. Practically failed. Have to wait for Horizon.
The only thing I'll say is I feel like Star Fox is much like the Metroid franchise. There's a huge online movement for it, but these games don't sell. Like again, Metroid Dread is one of my top 10 favorite games of all time, and it's my favorite game on the Switch. It sold 4 million copies. Now you may think 4 million copies. What is it?
Jay just sent me something.
Okay.
Apparently, Marvel Studios is live streaming on Twitter, and they tweeted announcement, and it's a cast chair with Chris Hemsworth's name on it, and said announcement, take a seat, and they're live streaming right now.
So
and we're just waiting.
Well, we got an announcement yesterday from, I believe, Film Threat said that there was going to be a huge announcement today. Let me see if I can find that tweet.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to keep an eye on this. And when this officially goes live, got almost 500,000 people waiting here.
Well, again, on Twitter, that's on Twitter.
Sure.
Right here, though. So right there. Marvel Studios is rumored to drop some massive news tomorrow, March 26th. It's said to be potentially bigger than Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom casting. That's from Film Threat. So
that's weird that it says Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Jay just texted me, said, make sure you give me full credit. I said you DM me, brother.
So you DM me. We'll keep an eye on that. Let me finish up the Switch 2 discussion. So hell, I don't even remember what point I was trying to make right then. But ultimately, look, this is what they do. They do they do things that are so out of the ordinary. This is why we love them. It's also why we hate them. Oh, I was making the point about Metroid Dread and Star Fox. Those games just don't sell as well as we think they do. They just don't. So Metroid Dread sold 4 million copies on the Switch. That's the most any Metroid game has ever sold. And it's one of my most favorite games of all time. I love Metroid Dread so much. Sold 4 million copies. If they come out with a fucking I don't know, some family-friendly bullshit, it's going to sell 10 million copies that nobody cares about.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the bottom line. Or they can come out something like, your Metroid, your Mario, your Zeldas, and those are going to sell over 20 million copies. So Metroid and Star Fox, while we love them, they just don't move the needle like we think they do. So anyway, let's get some more of these super chats.
Yep. Dom H with a 5 gifted Geeks and Gamers memberships. Thank you, Dom H, for the 5 gifted. Jeremy the Gay with a 2 says, I have relationships with women. Thank you for the $2. Andy plays games with the 2. What's better, God of War 3 or 2018? They're both phenomenal games. It's hard to say which one's better.
3 is
I love
better.
both of them. I love both of them.
3 is better. 3 is one of my favorite games of all time.
3 is more like grand as how many gods you kill, how many pivotal Greek gods you.
Dude.
Oh
my God. Yeah. Everything about that game is just
throws you right into that Poseidon fight. It's unbelievable. And you just kill so many of the pivotal Greek gods in 3, but 2018 is just absolutely insane too. It's tough to say, man. It's tough to say. Thank you for the $2. Alex McCarthy with a 2. Enter code RK3PO, even though the S tier isn't here. Use code Beardo on Meta PCs. Thank you for the $2.
199.
Legendary Scrub with the 2. What's better, God of War 2018 or Dark Knight Rises? God of War 2018, and it's not even fucking close, dude.
Dark Knight Rises.
It's not even close.
Dark Knight Rises.
2018.
Rises.
That's absolutely insane. Decrypt with a 2. Jeremy, get back in your car. Car fig is peak. Thank you, Decrypt. Nader's Brick Channel with a 5 for Beardo's Peg Fund. Got to keep him from getting a nut allergy. What?
I still can't believe the reaction to my fucking car videos. Like, so many people are upset about them. And that just means it feels so good. It feels like 2018, 2019 Geeks and Gamers again, because I'm making car videos and I'm making regular videos, still live streaming. But yeah, the fucking people are so mad about these car videos, and I fucking love every single second of it. More car videos will be happening very soon. I've seen people crying like, why is he using that filter? I've always used that filter on car videos. It's just part of the gimmick. It's what I've always done. So it will continue. The car videos will continue.
Sir Paladin Thundercake with a $5. I think Ryan talked about this already, but did you see the Assassin's Creed Final Boss lyrics translations yet? No.
Don't think so. Don't think so.
No clue. Thank you for the $5. Now they're showing who's Vanessa Kirby. Who's Vanessa Kirby? Who does she play? Because now the chair is switched. Vanessa Kirby.
So there's just this is gonna take a while right here. This is gonna take a while. They're just gonna go through a bunch of names. It's interesting though. It's an interesting way to do it. So
do we know? Do we know what time this is supposed to start?
Chris Gore's in the chat.
Chris Gore, Frank
might have more information. We'll see.
Yeah, Frank, when is this Marvel thing supposed to drop? Keenan with the 2. Did you watch the Best Damn Sports Show period?
Back in the day, I did. Did you?
Maybe.
Chris Rose was the host of it.
Oh, I like Chris Rose. Best Damn. That wasn't with Kevin Millar, was it?
I can't remember if he was on there or not. But Chris Rose was the host of it. So
dude, Chris Rose is everywhere, man.
I didn't watch it consistently, but I watched it. So
I watched whatever baseball show that Chris Rose and Kevin Millar did. I think it was on MLB Network. Vanessa Kirby plays Sue Storm. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Thank you, Keenan, for the $2. Matt Stranger with a 5. Epic main event last night, fellas. The Kratos discussion was on point. I'm loving Kazan right now. It's amazing. Beardo is best. Jeremy's gay.
Yeah, I was happy with main event last night. It was a good show. It was a good show. Sorry for the echo chamber, everybody.
Adam Magus with a 12 months says, yo, hey, thank you for the year. Thank you. Let's see here. Crazy Clown Tan with a 2. Jeremy, did you check your P.O. box yet?
I did. I haven't opened anything yet, but I got everything from my P.O. box.
Chris Gore says it might be tomorrow, but it's coming. You'll know when it happens.
Let's go.
Marvel's live right now on Twitter and YouTube. It looks like it might be happening today. I don't know. Jay is Macaque with a $2. No locals chat. Jeremy and Beardo hate us. Blame it on him. Blame it on him.
Blame it on me.
Yep.
Right now, so it says fans speculate that Avengers Doomsday Cast will be revealed throughout the day. So Hemsworth and Vanessa Kirby being the first one. So this could just this feed could just take all day. Like they could just move around to different names. So we will keep an eye on it.
Okay. The Beast with a 25 months. Aloha, Jeremy, chat, and the Fellowship, the 199, RK3PO, and Beardo 2, I guess. All jokes aside, thanks for keeping us entertained and remain blessed. Thank you, The Beast, with a 25 months. Jonas Campbell with the $10. Marvel is just stealing from Jeremy Griggs.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, good point. Vault 95 with the 199 is RE3 remake worth buying? I hear mixed signals. If you can get it on sale, I wouldn't pay more than $20 for Resident Evil 3 remake. It's a short campaign. The gameplay's fine, but it's really short. You can beat the game in like 5 to 7 hours if you really run through it. Get it on sale. Thank you for the 199. Jay is Macaque with a 5. Jeremy, will you be there when we finally have the WrestleMania X7 stream? Can't wait to see Beardo's reaction to TLC 2 for the first time.
Yes, I will do my best to be there. I love WrestleMania 17. So, and it's, of course, that The Rock Austin stuff is just, man, so good. So, all right, let's get into our first story of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, Snow White is a complete and total disaster on every single possible level. We, the fans, were right. We have been right the entire time. And now we're taking a victory lap because this has been about 2 years in the making, and everything that the fans said has been proven right and then some. The box office has been a complete and total flop for Snow White. And now you have Disney even admitting that Rachel Zegler was a massive PR problem. Breaking, according to Variety, Disney didn't want to rein in Rachel Zegler because of the Gina Carano lawsuit. Really odd when they would even compare these two. Really odd that they would even compare these two, let alone mention them in the same sentence. Unlike Zegler, Carano never attacked the fans or the projects she was on. As time went on, Disney became increasingly loath to weigh in on anyone's speech, considering that the studio was sued in 2024 by actress Gina Carano, who claims that she was fired from The Mandalorian for voicing her opinions on hot button issues. First of all, Variety, she didn't claim anything. They fucking admitted it when they publicly shamed her on their own social media. Carano didn't claim anything. They admitted that that's what they did. But it's okay for Rachel Zegler, apparently, to say fuck Donald Trump and all of his supporters, and that she hopes that Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. That was apparently okay. But what Gina Carano did, apparently that was too far, and they had to publicly shame her. This is one of the many reasons that this thing drives me crazy with this Rachel Zegler story, because it shows the hypocrisy going on, and what they did to Gina is such bullshit. And the fact that Gina did nothing wrong, by the way, yet Rachel Zegler literally did what they claim that Gina Carano did, and they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing. And I mean, right here, Rachel Zegler posted fuck Donald Trump on Instagram. Disney paid a social media guru to work with the Snow White star to vet any post before the film's March 21st release. Absolutely crazy.
Yep.
Many people inside Disney were reportedly shocked that Rachel Zegler supported Palestine publicly a day after the first teaser for Snow White released. If you remember, me and many others covered this when she posted the teaser for Snow White. It went mega viral. She went back to that post, and underneath the post, she thanked the fans for supporting it. And then she says, oh, also free Palestine. Under a viral post for a film that she was working on, she decided to add a political statement to it.
Mm-hmm.
Insane. And then on top of all of that, because of Rachel Zegler and Disney, during the Snow White drama, death threats towards star Gal Gadot, who is Israeli, spiked, and Disney had to pay for additional security for the mother of four. I thought it was Rachel Zegler that was getting all of the death threats. That's what I was told. Pretty interesting how Rachel Zegler's fans and Rachel Zegler's supporters were so bad to Gal Gadot that Disney had to hire additional security. But I thought we were the toxic fans.
Mm-hmm.
This is a complete shit show for Disney right now. This is everything we claimed it would be.
Oh, yeah. You see the blatant double standard when you have actresses hired under Disney like Rachel Zegler, Mark Ruffalo, Pedro Pascal, all the Avengers that made that pro Kamala commercial with Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Zoe Saldana, Scarlett Johansson, Don Cheadle, all fucking saying how great would it be if Kamala Harris was president and screw the other guy. But yet, could you imagine if there were a group of actors under Disney who were like, we got to get together and we got to vote for Donald Trump, like let's say Chris Pratt and company, if he can even get a few other people who have the balls to fucking do that. They'd all get ostracized and they'd all get fucking fired from Disney if they came out with a video saying how great it would be to elect Donald Trump and let's vote for Trump. Mm-hmm. But God forbid Gina puts out a tweet comparing what was going on during 2020 and the Summer of Love to, what happened during World War II. But you have Rachel Zegler, who cannot shut her fucking mouth when it comes to this endless war in the Middle East and fighting with her co-star Gal Gadot. They fucking hate each other. They hate each other. So the double standard is fucking insane, dude.
It really is. And on that point about how all of the Avengers came together to support Kamala and against Donald Trump. And of course, Trump still won. That's because he has all the fucking power, baby, right there. So, hey, it's what happens, Avengers, when you try to all show, oh, we're so strong and powerful. We're going to get Kamala elected. And Donald Trump defeated all of you by himself. And it's fantastic. Now, the box office numbers have not been very good for Snow White up to this point. Obviously, this has been one of the biggest flops ever for a Disney live action movie. And I'm still thinking that this movie is going to lose anywhere from like $250 to $300 million. And it could be even worse than that at this point in time. There was a video of Rachel Zegler right here. Is this it? Rachel Zegler in a theater watching Snow White. It's an empty theater. It's an empty theater. You can't make this shit up.
Yeah, but also she can afford not to be in a theater with the rest of us peasants. Well, because in her opinion, we're beneath her. She's better than us.
To be fair, though, and I want to give Rachel Zegler credit. All right, I want to give her credit because she, a very brave soul, she said to herself, I'm a privileged person and I get to go have empty theaters all to myself. I want everyone else to experience that too. So I'm going to thank this movie because there's empty theaters everywhere.
That is wild, dude. That's crazy.
I want everyone else to experience empty theaters just like I get to experience it. So I'm going to tank this movie. Good Lord, man. Like, what a disaster this is. Like, I'm one, like, if you remember the Marvels, when the Marvels came out, I think it ended up doing like $200 million worldwide. $200 million. That's a problem. I don't think this is going to be that low, but it's not going to be much higher. I mean, I think most people seem to think $350 million is kind of the peak for this movie. And as I've said, if you look at the budget, if you look at the marketing, if you look at all the stuff that goes into this movie with the reshoots, this movie's budget is somewhere around like, I feel like this movie, and again, I don't think we have a specific number. I feel like this movie has to make like $800 million to break even with all of the stuff that went into it. And that's clearly not going to happen. They're going to lose several $100 million on this movie. So I'm loving every single second of it. So we'll continue to monitor this whole situation and watch it all play out. But Disney getting exactly what they deserve is exactly the right thing moving forward to watch play out, because this has been a 2 years build up. They took what was a film. So the original Snow White film literally defined Disney. Walt Disney put everything on the line with his animated feature of Snow White. If Snow White would have failed back then, I'm not sure Walt Disney would have been able to continue with his vision and his company, but it was an overwhelming success. And that basically was the jumping off point for what Walt created. Without that movie, it would have been a very difficult road for him. And she disrespected that. That's not gonna piss people like me off or you off. She pissed off OG Disney fans. She pissed off the people that love Disney and supported Disney and still go to the theme parks. That's who she pissed off. She pissed off everybody. So I go back to, I don't know who this movie's made for. I have no idea. I don't know who this movie's made for, but they have fucked up big time. Congratulations, Disney.
And it's the same common problem with Disney in all of their different branches, whether it's Star Wars, their, in-house Disney movies that they're making, or even Marvel. They take the source material, and these people who are in power now, which are mostly activists, think that they're smarter and know better, and that they're going to take the source material, put their own fucking woke commie bullshit in it, and think that it's better, and they think that they're doing you a favor. And if you don't like it, well, you just don't understand. You're not with the program. You're not one of us. And if you're not one of us, then fuck you, and we're going to call you all these terrible names.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And like, not even to mention that Rachel Zegler is horribly miscast, and even Gal Gadot too, although Gal Gadot's hot. She can't act. Rachel Zegler doesn't look a fucking anything like Snow White. You got Disney princesses who are actually at the parks at Disneyland and Disney World who would do a better job than Rachel Zegler. It's absolutely insane. And it goes without saying too, obviously, for Ariel as well. I don't know what they're doing, man.
Christopher Nolan seems to think that the casting of Rachel Zegler is really good. He's like, she is beautiful. So,
yeah. So is Zendaya.
Did you not get the fucking joke?
Yeah, no, I get it. Maggie Gyllenhaal. You are beautiful. Yeah.
Oh man.
We're gonna have Elliot Page say that to Zendaya in the Odyssey. You are beautiful. So are you. You're beautiful. Fuck me, dude. The Beast with a 5. Assassin's Creed Shadows is trash. Meanwhile, Suikoden 1 and 2 remastered is dope. Am I pronouncing that right?
No. Yes, Beardo. No, you're not.
Suikoden? Suikoden! I don't fucking know. 1 and 2 remastered is dope as fuck. Skip all of this modern shit and hit your backlogs, boys.
That's pretty much the only thing you can do at this point in time.
Thank you, DeBeast. Rufio with a $5. We finally got a car video. Geeks and Gamers is fucking back. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm gonna probably do another one today. If not today, tomorrow.
Russian Bot with a 5. I was going to leave a super chat calling Jeremy gay, but with Beardo reading super chats, it's like, what's the point? He's going to mess it up anyways. I was pretty on point last night. I might have messed up once.
I just realized something.
What happened?
I know why Dan's in Brazil.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is this why Dan's in Brazil?
I mean, it helps.
I respect Brazil.
Oh, yeah. I got some good follows on Instagram. Some women from Brazil. They are built.
I respect Brazil.
Yeah.
Dan, I apologize for all the mean things I've said about you.
Yeah.
Not really.
Isaac
Fuck
with
you,
the
Dan.
2. Happy 1-year anniversary GCA stream today.
Let's go.
Hey, happy anniversary. Thank you for the $2. Sir Paladin Thundercake with the $5. Apparently the lyrics translate to "We will slaughter them." In Yasuke's theme versus final boss, you should consider taking a look.
I'll check it out.
There you go. Thank you for the $5. Goodbye, Beardo, with $1. Thank you. Emo Otaku with a 5. Would you rather get stink-faced by Rikishi or spend 5 minutes in the ring with New Jack? I don't know what that means, either of them.
I do. And that's a tough call. That's a tough call. Can I just pick the Brazilian chick instead?
No, that's not in the question. Who's New Jack?
New Jack's. You just need to look up the lore on New Jack. He's no longer with us. New Jack is fucking crazy. So.
Okay. By the way, I finished Mr. Man documentary. I finished it. I only had one episode.
Mr. What?
Mr. McMahon. Sorry.
Mr. Man.
My bad. I finished the Mr. McMahon documentary, by the way.
Okay.
I thought I had like 2 episodes left. It was only a 6-episode series.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I finished it yesterday.
Somebody says stink face isn't death. It kind of is, though, because you still have to live with the fact that you went through a stink face. So I don't know, man. That's an impossible question to ask. Because on one hand, you're gonna have stink face, and you're always gonna have to have that in your life. But then on the other hand, you're gonna die if you're in the ring with New Jack.
Thank you, Emo Otaku with the $5. Ministry of Wrong Think with a 199. Hi ho, Rachel Zegler. Yes, what? Good one. Thank you for the 199. Very with a 2. Nate the Hate right again. Hail the 199 and God bless.
Nate the Hate is he's pretty much the most trusted leaker in gaming, 100%.
Is he a YouTuber or just a Twitter guy?
He's got a YouTube channel. I don't know if he would consider himself a YouTuber. I don't know how big he is on YouTube.
Shadow Saiyan with a 5. My favorite God of War enjoyers, no arguments whatsoever. Echo Chamber.
Big time Echo Chamber. Big time. Thank you for the $5. Solid Metal Snake with a $10. If only we can get a survival horror Jurassic Park game, but Universal keeps giving us fans park simulator games of it. Jurassic Park games back then used to be brutal. I'd love a survival horror Jurassic Park game. Thank you for the $10. The one IDS with a $20. New sub, and this is actually why. #truth. Thank you. Appreciate
that. Thank you for the $20. Ministry of Wrong Think with a 5. Gina's repost aged like fine wine with all these Tesla attacks.
This is very true.
Yep.
Gina was always right.
Thank you for the 5. Tobias Nexus with a 10. I may disagree with so many over various things like politics, movies, adult industries, etc., but I'm glad that everyone is seemingly agreeing that Snow White is absolute garbage and a shame to Walt Disney.
It's honestly, it's unified a lot of people. It's just because it's such an obvious thing. Like, there's no discussion to be had. This is a bad movie, and again, bad movies are one thing, but a bad movie that was ruined by political propaganda and a star that disrespected the source material. This has brought so many people together, and even people that are seemingly on different sides of different arguments. Everybody can recognize how much of a disaster this is. So thank you, Rachel Zegler, for breaking everyone together to hate your guts.
Oh, yeah. Vanessa with the 5. My family, friends with kids hated it. Literally asked to leave the theater because it wasn't Snow White.
It's true. That's what I said. I don't know who it's made for. I have no idea. And by the way, people say, well, it's made for kids. You don't even know. And it's like, that is such a retarded argument. Kids doesn't deserve retarded movies. Toy Story's made for kids. Everybody
yeah.
Toy Story, The
Mhm.
Incredibles, Finding
Yep.
Nemo, The Lion King, the animated Lion King.
Right.
Movies that are made for kids are not supposed to be retarded pieces of shit. They're just not. So
Mhm.
anybody that uses that argument, I think it's such a ridiculous argument to make. That, oh well, it's for kids, it's not supposed to work for you. A movie that's made for kids from Disney with a budget of $300 fucking million is a movie that is supposed to be intended for everybody.
Right.
You
Good point.
don't make a movie with that big of a budget based on that iconic property and say, well, it's just for kids. They're not even targeting towards you. That is an insane argument.
All of their live action princess movies have sucked except for Cinderella. But that was before they started, doing the weird fucking leftist programming into their movies.
Somebody in the chat says, what are some good movies? Well, I'll tell you what you can do if you're really, really, really interested in that. You can go over to Criticless. You can look at all of my reviews over here on Criticless. Let's see. I just put a Bug's Life review up. I gave it a 95%. I love A Bug's Life. I think it's very underrated and very, very underappreciated. I think people don't discuss A Bug's Life. I think it's absolutely fantastic. There's my Snow White review. Gave that a 10%. Trap. That movie was weird, man. I gave it a 40%. M. Night Shyamalan. So there's my Sonic review. Mario. Superman Returns, 45%. The Batman, 65%. The Dark Knight Rises, 80%.
That is fucking crazy.
The Dark Knight, 100%.
You saying, look at The Dark Knight Rises, 80%. That's your own fucking review. You're like patting yourself on the back
really?
because
Really?
you have an opinion.
Then here.
I know.
Overall,
you click on it.
79 fucking percent from the whole fucking site. So go fuck yourself.
It's a terrible movie.
He wants to know what I think are good movies. The Batman 89, 85%. Great fucking movie. Holds up very well. Lord of the Rings, obviously greatness. Cobra Kai, Interstellar. Let's go. Yeah, so there you go. You can go over to Criticless if you want to know my opinions on things.
Mm-hmm.
And you can follow me over there.
Yeah, you can follow me too. I'm actually having Blaine from Criticless on Bro Science today.
Don't follow Epic Mike. Follow me.
Right. Actually, unfollow Epic Mike.
I agree with that.
Space Monkey with the 4 months. Speaking of source material, Star Wars Bounty Wars is far superior to Book of Boba Fett. There you go. Thank you for the 4 months. Shadow Say with the $5. No Snow Browns at Disney. Okay. Jacob Joseph with a 5. I would have sent $10, but I spent the other 5 on a box of Fig Newtons in your honor. P.S. You two are turbo gay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob Joseph. You have 2 first names. Derek Beller with a 199. What happened to all those Rumble rants last night? We read them.
Yeah, yours was the first one I believe we read.
Yep, we read them at the very end of the show.
You know what's crazy? Rumble claims that we had 156,000 people view our stream last night.
What?
It just doesn't make sense. And you know how many likes that we had on Rumble? 168.
Okay.
But they say we had 156,000 views. That makes no fucking sense.
Rumble. Good old Rumble.
How did I have 156,000 views on the main event last night? There's 185 people watching me now, though. How? That doesn't make sense.
If you're on the first page and just scanning through the homepage and, maybe it populates a view for you. I don't know. The Blue Oyster with a 5. Glad you're back, Jeremy. Hugs to Beardo 2. Been playing the first Berserker Kazan, and it's amazing. You guys should check it out. Miss CobraCast streams.
CobraCast will be live tonight. I got to catch up on a lot of stuff.
And yes, I'm definitely going to check out the Berserker Kazan for sure. Seems right up my alley. Thank you for the $5. Taker with a 5. Quantum Leap guy. I'm retarded. Opens closet door. Welcome to Tuesday night's main event. Yes. Am I retarded? You sucked me with a $2, says Beardo Fat. Thank you. The Trillis with a 199. Mr. Man, Beardo was watching the wrong film. Thanks. Chris Coran, what's up, Chris Coran, with a $5. Jeremy, did you know the Brady the GOAT is a fan of Geeks and Gamers and the 199? His weekly report is called the 199. Let's fucking go. Also, charter boat fishing, yes or no? Yes.
It's because he was the 199th pick in the draft. That's why.
Yes, Chris. If you're going charter boat fishing, count me in, brother. Let's fucking do it.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for the $5. JB username with a 20. I found an issue with the Meta PC's promo codes. I entered Beardo in order to verify. I had to upload a picture of taking an ear of corn in the back door. I used 199 instead. Lock it in. Now
Use
that's
the 199. Let's go.
That's simply not true. Okay, that is fake news. CNN, incorrect. Use code Beardo to save on Meta PCs. Shadow saying with a 5. Using the "it's made for kids" is an insult to kids.
Dude, did you hear, and I'm not going to take this too political, okay, but did you hear about Jasmine Crockett calling Greg Abbott Hot Wheels, Governor Hot Wheels, because he's in a wheelchair?
I don't know who Jasmine Crockett is.
Jesus Christ, you need to fucking grow up. You know how you told Graham Potato to grow up, by the way?
Yeah, I hope he's doing okay. I hope he's doing okay.
Shout out to Graham Potato for Beardo being a retard yesterday.
Hey, easy.
Hail Graham Potato. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, you need to grow up and learn the fucking world. All right. Jasmine Crockett is an evil piece of shit. But anyway, she called Greg Abbott Hot Wheels because he's in a wheelchair, Governor Greg Abbott. Right. Well, I saw a few people trying to be like, oh, look, I can't believe she said that. It's like, MAGA doesn't fucking get offended over shit like that. You know what we do? We fucking meme. Okay.
Show me a picture of this lady.
There we go. Yeah. Let's go. Governor Hot Wheels.
Not edited or photoshopped at all.
Not edited, not photoshopped at all. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do, man. I personally think calling him Governor Hot Wheels is awesome. And if I were him, I would run with that. I would meme it. Yeah. I would grift it. Yeah, it's fantastic. So
hell yeah. Show me what this Jasmine Crockett chick looks like. That's her?
Right.
Chat's saying I do know who she is.
That's her.
She looks familiar. Maybe I just didn't know her by name.
There's things she's certainly would be on food stamps if she wasn't in politics. So she's a hood. I'm just gonna shut up. So let's go ahead.
Are you calling her ghetto?
Big time.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Subway J with a 2. Teletubbies was made for Beardo. I never watched Teletubbies, dude. I was a Power Rangers kid. Power Rangers and Rocket Power. Thank you for the $2. Jonathan Gonzalez with a 5. Not related to Disney, but are any of you shocked that the new Assassin's Creed game actually sold well? 2 million players on release day? Yeah, that's fake.
Well, first of all, yeah, 2 million players doesn't signify sales. Secondly, every video I made on Assassin's Creed Shadows, I said over and over and over and over again, it will sell well by the standard of the industry in terms of how many units is going to move. But I'm not sure it's going to sell well based on Assassin's Creed expectations. But we always knew. It's just like we always knew it was going to sell relatively good by the industry standards. So anyway.
So over on this Marvel thing, Anthony Mackie has been announced. Yep. Sebastian Stan now. So they're just probably running through the cast of Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday, which could take fucking forever. There's going to be about 100 different superheroes in that movie.
Breaking, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news right now. Rachel Zegler, due to the success of Snow White, Rachel Zegler has been cast in An American Werewolf in London. So
perfect casting.
There we go. Congratulations to Rachel Zegler. She's, she deserves this. That's what this is going to be this is going to be a huge hit film right here. So really, really happy for her. And, good job. Good job.
I think it's about time that, there's a remake. And I think that's perfect casting.
Yeah. Let's see. Her statement said that the original film was made back years ago, and evidently so. And that they need a new modern spin on this now. So
yeah, and she's going to save the makeup department a lot of money and all that prosthetic hair and stuff. She's naturally hairy. So I think that's perfect casting. Mike Shaw with a 10. They should make the entire cast of the new Potter series black and rename it Harlem Potter. All right. Hey, you know what? Why not? Tobias Nexus with a 10. Adam from Your Movie Sucks constantly reinforces the idea that just because it's a kid's movie doesn't mean it's exempt from criticism. It should even be more critically looked at because it's for kids.
I agree completely. That is a cope argument whenever people say that. That, oh, you should be worried about a kid's movie. I absolutely should be worried about a kid's movie. Everybody should be worried about a fucking kid's movie. If you're not worried about what Hollywood is putting out there for children, then you're just as evil as the fucking lefties out there that we roast every day. Yes, children's movies are very important and need to be covered by adults so that we know what type of shit they're putting out there for the kids. 1000%. Jeez, I can't believe anybody's willing to make the argument that we're not supposed to worry about what kids' movies are. You're not supposed to worry about the garbage they're feeding children. Let them put any slop out there that they want. That's how you poison these young minds. Absolutely, they should be covered.
Yep. Ministry of Wrong Think with a 199. Imagine Dylan Mulvaney got sponsored by Manscaped. She got sponsored by Bud Light and Nike. So why not? Him? They? I don't fucking know. I don't care.
It's not a she, I'll tell you that.
No, I know that. They. Thank you for the 199. Chris Bolts with a 5. Two things. I just hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. Second, and shouldn't matter who your intended audience is, you should always deliver a quality product. Thank you, Chris Bolts, and congratulations on that 100 subs.
I agree. Except for this channel.
Solid Metal Snake with a 5. How funny would it be if Disney remade Tarzan but casted him as a black guy? I dare them to do it. They won't. They would never. They would never. They would never do that. Hold on.
What are you looking at?
It looked like Jay sent me something again, but maybe not.
All right. Well, we got another story to get into.
Okay.
So
thank you for the 5.
The Assassin's Creed Shadows Twitter account has responded to Elon Musk because Elon Musk got into it with Hassan Piker yesterday on Twitter, and Assassin's Creed Shadows has decided to respond to Elon Musk. They also responded to Grums, and the whole thing, I covered this over on D-Day Cobra. I made a video late last night when I got in, and my whole argument was that I think that Elon should stop responding to people like Hassan, because Elon is so much more important than Hassan will ever be. Elon's one of the most he's probably the most important person in the fucking world, along with Donald Trump right now. He just is. So him responding as Hassan, I think, only helps Hassan, because if you respond to a streamer and you're Elon Musk, you're only giving that streamer content. I know how that works, you know, and so that's only going to help Hassan. I personally think Elon stepped in it pretty bad when he got into it with Asmongold, and he looked really bad because he showed how much he didn't understand how the whole YouTube world works. And so anyway, regardless of all that, I did cover all of that. But in terms of the Assassin's Creed Shadows account, now that is a whole different ball game, because I think that the Assassin's Creed Shadows account responding to Elon Musk, that's only bad for Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed. And it also just shows that you have a very, very bad leadership at Ubisoft, where the Assassin's Creed Shadows account with a gold check mark is responding to Elon. So you have a gold check mark. You're paying Elon Musk $1,000 a month, yet you want to complain about the guy. Now, I love how in this screenshot, it's showing that I guess this person has Elon muted. That's a strategic thing to show. Like, we have Elon muted because his words are so mean and they're so dangerous. That's a strategic thing that Forbes has uploaded here. But it's bad. So it all started with a tweet from so now Grums is labeled anti-woke. The term anti-woke is I don't know, man. I'm not anti-woke. I'm just for common sense. You know what I mean? But if that's what you want to label me, anti-woke, that's fine, because it's just a compliment. But I'm not anti-woke. I'm just a person that operates with common sense.
Mhm.
Anyway, who spends every day finding new video games to be upset with for supposed progressive messaging. He quote tweeted, he quoted a tweet from leftist streamer Hassan. I like how you just describe Hassan as a leftist streamer, but look how you described Mark Kern. All of this for Grums. But yet when you mention Hassan, he's just a leftist streamer. That's all. That's all he is. He's just a leftist streamer, guys.
Very true.
Now, Grums, he's a horrible human being, and you need to be told he's a horrible human being. You need to be told all of the bad things about him. Hassan, he's just a leftist streamer. He's got his ideas. He's innocent.
Yeah.
No
free. He's allowed to have free speech. But Grums, nah.
Well, that's
no free speech for Grums.
This is why the anti-Grums narrative always falls apart, because you're in the same crowd as the Forbes people. So anti-Grums people are like they're just as annoying as like SJWs out there. It's just like they want me to answer for their issues with Grums because I know Grums online. Mm-hmm. I've had Grums on like 2 streams, and so suddenly I have to answer for every problem that they have with Grums. And it's like, I have this idea of, if you don't like Grums, take it up with Grums. Mm-hmm. The fuck business is it of mine? Mm-hmm. And it makes me less interested to even care what your issues are when you're coming to me and trying to hold me accountable for it. But that right there just shows you how that whole issue is. Anyway, he quoted a tweet from leftist streamer Hassan referencing a sponsored Assassin's Creed Shadow stream, saying that Ubisoft was throwing money at terrorist platforming streamers. So it's interesting how you didn't describe Hassan as that, though. Here, Forbes, it's interesting how you didn't describe him that, but you had no problem labeling Grums all these terrible things. That caught the eye of Musk, saying that Hassan was a fraud and a sellout and promoting a terrible game just for money. The official account for Assassin's Creed, gold check verified and all, showed up to ratio Musk with a 480,000 likes, 25 million views tweet saying, is that the guy playing your Path of Exile 2 account told you? Is that what the guy that playing your Path of Exile 2 account told you? Now, if you don't know anything about that, this is where there was a lot of questions around Path of Exile and how Elon was a high-ranked player. And there was a lot of questions that he actually had pros play for him to boost his account. Mm-hmm. Elon stepped in it really badly with when Asmongold made a video on it. Elon stepped in it, I think, really badly and made himself look even worse in that whole situation. I don't know if Elon is paying people for his accounts or not. What I do know is that Elon Musk is a genius. He's one of the smartest people on the planet, and he's one of the most influential human beings of our lifetime. And so if he is paying somebody to play games for him to boost his account, I think that's a bit cringe. But I also understand that this guy is literally changing the world as we speak. So, okay, whatever. Big deal. Not the end of the world, in my opinion. So what are your did you hear about that whole thing about him paying somebody to play?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you like?
Me and you talked about it live. We reacted to it live on Daily a few months ago. Mm-hmm. Here's my thoughts on it. He's the richest man in the world. He owns several companies. He was on Donald Trump's campaign trail. If he wants to hire pros to play on his gaming account, I don't really give a fuck. Because if he wants to level up and wants to reach a certain rank or whatever so that he can, I don't know how Path of Exiles work, but if there's any benefit to him getting a higher rank so he can enjoy the experience more, I don't really care. He's busy running fucking multi-billion-dollar companies, so he can do whatever he wants. The issue is when that he's bragging about it on Joe Rogan, that he's like in the top 1 percentile of Path of Exile and Diablo gamers in the world. He's bragging about it on podcasts, while he's leaving out the fact that, yeah, I've hired some people to play on my account to give me a better rank. So it's a double-sided coin here. You know, we got him bragging about it, but I also don't care that he's doing it. Just don't brag about it. Maybe admit it and say, yeah, I don't have fucking time to do it on my own. So yeah, I'm going to hire a few people and then play it in my free time so I can get the full experience and enjoy it. That'd have been the better way to approach it, but he's trying to act like he got there himself.
Agreed. Ubisoft then went on to roast Grums as well, referencing a game he's supposedly been developing for years that has never come out, while saying theirs actually was released. Our game is out. So I don't think this is a good look for them. I know they're going to get a lot of social media traction, but as we've learned, the people that are going to be telling you how great you are on social media from a leftist side don't actually support your product. You can ask Rachel Zegler about that one, okay? She got a lot of likes and a lot of attention on social media. Guess what? No one actually paid to go see her movie because it's flopping miserably. It's one of the greatest flops in history. So, yeah, you're going to get a lot of social media traction, but you're not actually helping yourself in this situation. So, it is hard to overstate just how viral Ubisoft's clapback has gone in the gaming sphere. The timeline filled with celebrations about the tweet, which has also been publicly and privately praised by other social teams and devs of other sites. That's bullshit. So let me get this straight. You're paying Elon Musk $1,000 to talk shit about him, and that's praise? How do you justify that? They're literally paying $1,000. Hold on, they're paying more than $1,000 because so the gold check mark is $1,000, and then let me just go to the tweet here. So the gold check mark is $1,000, and then anybody that's affiliated with you, I think you have to pay a fee on top of that as well. So, they don't have affiliates there. So anybody that's got that logo, you have to pay a fee for that as well. So you're right. essentially paying Elon so that you can tell him how much you don't like him. And that's apparently a wonderful own. Okay. I mean, it's one thing, the blue check mark. Okay, fine. But you're paying for a fucking gold check mark so you can, I guess, feel better about yourself. I paid for a gold check mark for like a month, and I'm like, fuck this. And I like Elon, but I'm like, fuck that. I don't want the gold check mark. This site isn't as free speech as they claim it is. It's more than most, but even I'm not paying Elon that type of money, and I'm a fan of Elon.
Right.
So I don't know, man. The whole thing just seems to be pathetic, and it's taken attention away from all of the controversy that they've been dealing with firsthand. It hasn't changed the controversy. The controversy is still there, but for them, they have tried to shift that narrative around with them going after Elon Musk right now. And I think it's going to be a long-term problem for them moving forward. I don't think this is going to help them at all.
Well, that's typical. That's straight out of all these gaming companies or movie studios. That's in their playbook. When their product fails because of all the woke, DEI bullshit in it, what do? They go and attack the conservative man.
Yeah,
it's typical. It's right on track with what all of these companies do. So we really shouldn't be surprised at all.
Well, somebody in the chat just said too, if the game was doing well, then they wouldn't even be having to worry about all this stuff with Elon. They'd be celebrating the success of their massive launch and this massive success that they have on their hands. But instead, they're focusing on trying to roast Elon Musk and Grums on Twitter. That's their focus. Mm-hmm. Not going, thank you guys for making Assassin's Creed Shadows this huge success. Thank you guys for supporting us. No, we're going to have to focus in on Elon and Grums to get attention.
Well, so, yeah, and really Elon's tweet really had nothing to do with Assassin's Creed and more about Hassan.
Mm-hmm.
It just Assassin's Creed just happened to be involved, but he wasn't attacking Assassin's Creed. He was attacking Hassan.
Well, he wasn't directly, but he did say it was a terrible game.
Sure, but he was saying that Hassan is a sellout for promoting a terrible game, but he was talking more. He was more so insulting Hassan than he was Assassin's Creed. And you can tell Assassin's Creed, whoever the social media manager is for their Twitter account, got fucking butthurt. And they went on a power trip because, like you said, and most companies' main Twitter account You're not supposed to have opinions. You're supposed to be posting facts, release dates, announcements, and stuff. And whoever the social media manager took it into their own hands to post their own personal opinions when it came to Elon Musk.
Yep. And leadership at Ubisoft clearly doesn't have a problem with it. So let them keep doing it. Ubisoft maybe has 6 months left anyway. We're going to celebrate when those doors close. Could you imagine Nintendo account like fighting with fucking Elon Musk right now? It's wild, man. It's a wild story.
That wouldn't happen.
Yeah. But anyway, more disaster from Assassin's Creed Shadows. And,
I think Nintendo would be more likely if Nintendo got in a Twitter fight with Krista for spoiling the Switch 2. That's who they would go after.
By the way, we will be live tomorrow morning over on Geeks and Gamers Play to cover the new Nintendo announcement of a direct happening tomorrow morning. So we will have that event up later today. And then we're also covering the Nintendo Switch 2 on Geeks and Gamers Play live next week. Cannot wait.
Yep. Christian Rocker with a 5. Last night when I said Cody Rhodes was going to save wrestling and Assassin's Creed was because Pat McAfee said Cody was going to save wrestling. Christian Rocker, I know that. I watched Raw. I watched Raw on Monday. I laughed at it. I was like, haha, that's a funny joke. Thank you, Christian Rocker, for the $5. I knew exactly what you were talking about. You fucking IDOT. Appreciate you. Boba Fett with a 199. Just watched Romulus on Hulu. Honestly, wasn't bad. Yeah, it was mid. It was fine. It's an alien movie. It was fine. I didn't hate it. Thank you for the 199. DeBeast with the 2. Crockett is that ghetto twat in Congress. A twat.
I watched a weird movie on Netflix the other day. Let me see if I can find it. I need to review this on Criticalist. I don't know why I started watching it. Disappearance at Clifton Hill.
Never heard of it.
It was weird, and I was more confused when it ended. But for some reason, I kept wanting to watch it, and it was just it's got this whole kind of like old school vibe of like noir vibe. It's an interesting psychological thriller, is what it is. It's about this woman who clearly has a lot of mental problems, and she's making accusations about things she saw when she was younger, and she reports a missing boy, and there's this powerful family involved that I don't know. I don't want to say anything about the specific, but the end of it is just like, you're like, wait, what just happened? I was interested enough because the chick was pretty attractive. So
that always helps.
Yeah.
But here's the question. Have you seen Baby Reindeer yet?
No.
Gotta watch it, man.
No.
Talk about like fucked up shit and like a psychological trip that show is. Baby Reindeer's crazy.
You've been talking about that one for a while.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep talking about it until you watch it. You got to watch Baby Reindeer. It's like 8 episodes. It's good.
I don't believe it.
Bastion with a $5. Jasmine Richey went to a $30,000 a year private school and is worth $3 million. It's an act.
Oh, 100%. I mean, there's videos of her where her accent, she doesn't have the same accent she has now. She
pulled a Russell Wilson and Kamala Harris. Which, by the way, Russell Wilson's a New York Giant.
I know.
Tomac with a 10. Yes, it's made for kids excuse. As I remember, both my parents crying after watching A Land Before Time. Dude, Toy Story 3, the entire theater was crying. Thank you for the 10.
The Toy Story movies, -4, are perfect. Don't include 4.
Dude, 4 never happened. 4 never happened. JB username with a 10. The only bad thing about little black hair is that it makes the cleanup a 2-person job. Okay, thank you for the $10. Greedy Graffiti with a 5. Rachel Z wanted half of the population to never know peace. Ironically, Snow White theaters are the best place to find peace because they're so empty. Thank you for the $5. David Cushmore with a 5. Do you think Rachel Zegler do well in Alien movies? Are you looking forward to season 2 of Andor in April 22nd?
No.
No and no.
I'm not. I haven't even seen the trailer for Andor.
No, I didn't watch Andor season 1 because you know why? He's a terrible character. He died like a bitch in Rogue One. Nobody cares about him. He's insignificant to the world and lore of Star Wars. He's Mexican Han Solo. Nobody gives a fuck about Andor, and he died like a bitch. Thank you for the $5. Ada Wayne with a 10. If Elon admits to boosting his account by paying somebody to play for him, his account would get permanently banned. I think he lied about it to avoid a ban. Okay. Fair point. Fair argument there. Legendary Scrub with a 5. There's no way I'd pay to insult someone. Beardo fat and Jeremy's gay. Thank you, Legendary Scrub. Use code 199 on Meta PCs. Right. Maximus BT with $1. I can only show that one, so quick. Tobias Nexus with a 5. Screw Ubisoft to go support Combat Cat Studios, Wild Assault, and Fun Dog Forever Winter. We should support the indie studios making good games. Are they? Are they? Combat Cat and Fun Dog?
Overall, his message is on point, though. Jose over on Rumble says, Savvy replaced Chris to Steph, Beardo replaced Ryan, X-Wing with Jay, and now Jeb with Epic Mike. It's starting to feel like Saved by the Bell, the new class. Jeremy is the Mr. Belding of Geeks and Gamers. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You're not wrong.
We're at the end, ladies and gentlemen. So another one in the books. Thank you, guys. Cobra Cast tonight. Mario Kart tonight over on Geeks and Gamers Play. Nintendo Switch Direct tomorrow, and then Nintendo Switch 2 Direct next week. Beardo, what do you got going on?
Bro Science today. Bro Science. Blaine is joining the show again. We're going to be talking about Green Street Hooligans with Charlie Hunnam and Elijah Wood. We'll be talking about that movie in the second hour of the show. And then gaming tonight and tomorrow. Huge day for Geeks and Gamers Locals tomorrow. It's MLB opening day. Me, Tommy, and a whole bunch of other Geeks and Gamers crew members will be there. We're going to watch baseball all fucking day. The first games start at 3 Eastern. Milwaukee Brewers at the New York Yankees at 3 o'clock tomorrow. And we're watching baseball all fucking night until like midnight. So we're going to have rotating guests. I'll be there all day, though. Tommy's going to be there all day. And we're going to have rotating guests throughout the day. So huge day for Geeks and Gamers Locals tomorrow. Make sure you are a supporter over on Locals. And come enjoy opening day with us, man. It's a holiday. Opening day is like a holiday.
We cover wrestling, sports, movies. We're doing some gameplay stuff over there. Steph did a gameplay with the members last night for Mario Kart. We got some other stuff cooking. So good stuff happening over there. So make sure you go support us.
Hold on, Blue Oyster.
You didn't read my super chat, guys.
I absolutely did. I absolutely did read your super chat, and chat can confirm that I did. Just go back and rewind a little bit. It might have been like 20 minutes ago, but I absolutely did read it. I did read it.
Yeah,
Johnny's.
Yeah, right here. Glad you're back, Jeremy. Hugs to Beardo too. Yeah, we got that one. Yeah.
Yep, I read that one.
Missed the Cobra Cast streams. Yes, I said I'll be back tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Johnny's with a 199. Beardo watches Strap on Door. Thank you. Taker with a 5. Beardo, I don't always play my Wii, but when I do, I always have my strap on. Yeah, it's true. That part's true. Yeah. Thank you, Taker, for the $5. Locals tomorrow. MLB opening day.
Yep. Let's go. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to all of you later. Say bye, Beardo.
Screw on Dory. He's a boring character. Fuck that guy.
I agree.